Hey guys, Brian Hilliard here, author of the best-selling book Networking Like a Pro and creator of the popular program How to Get Out of Your Own Way and Unlock the Mindset of Success. Now, I am fired up here because I'm actually working on a project. I was literally just here in the kitchen and I was thinking to myself, boy, you know what? I feel like I'm really getting after it, really moving forward. I'm like, what is it that I'm a little tired, no question about that. I'm actually going to take some time off in a few days. But I'm like, why is it that this feels kind of like a good tired versus like an exhausted or a depleted or just a worn out tired? And I think part of it, and this is why I wanted to share with you guys, I think part of it is the fact that even though I am pushing, I'm pushing in areas that have a bigger bang for their buck for my overall success. So let me step back for a second. 2 points. Number one, you know that I'm all about managing your energy versus your time. Okay? There's a lot of people who, especially in the West, we have a tendency to operate from what I call an activity-oriented worldview. Okay? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that you need to just keep pushing on every single thing and just, this mad dash towards the finish that never comes. Instead, I advocate more of an energy-oriented worldview where, you take a look at where your high energy points are. For me, it's in the morning. You tackle those things early on, and then you kind of taper as the day goes on, and then you rest. Like I said, I'm taking some vacation in a few days, actually. So I come from this manage your energy, not your time standpoint. Okay, the second point that I want to bring up is that a lot of times when people are trying to be successful, there is this desire, they have to do stuff, right? So like, it's kind of like, I actually have a client who's brought this up to me. She's like, I feel like I need to be doing stuff, but I'm doing all of this stuff. But I'm still not where I need to be. So how is it that it's possible to not be where you want to be and really busy doing a lot of stuff and tired? And the answer is, in my opinion, is you need to be able to look at what you've heard before, I'm sure, is the 80-20 rule. Okay, so let's unpack that because I think this is really the key for how you can be more successful and be where you want to be without feeling totally worn out, without feeling totally depleted. And also, on the flip side, I think it answers the question of how is it that I am doing all this stuff and going and pushing and moving, going to bed at all hours, but still not reaching my goals? And I think the answer is the same, the 80-20 rule. Okay, so the 80-20 rule, as you guys know, the Pareto principle, says that 80% of your efforts, 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Again, Pareto principle. What happens is a lot of people get it the exact opposite. They spend 80% of their time in places where they get 20% of their results. And then they wonder, again, why they're not being as successful, why they haven't made as much money, why they haven't gotten that promotion, why they haven't been whatever success is for them, time freedom, as they would like. All right. So where I'm at right now and what it is that I'm personally doing is I am moving towards, I'm developing a course, finishing up a course, actually, I should say. I've already had finishing up. I'm probably about 50% there going into today. Okay, so I had the outline and I had some different things, but I guess technically if you're over 50%, you're finishing it up, but you get the idea. Finishing up a course. I've got some calls. I got another call coming up later on today for a paid speaking engagement. Let's see, I'm working on a few other things. The point is that even though I'm pushing, I am doing it in areas where I'm getting the biggest bang for my buck. So if the 80-20 rule says that 80% of your results should come from getting, from 20% of your effort, then I kind of like to talk to people about, and we talk about this during our masterminds and stuff like that, where 80% of your results 80% of your time should be spent in places where you're getting 80% of your results. Okay, so if I'm able to identify, and that's the key, by the way, if you haven't figured this out, the key is to identify where are you getting 80% of your results. I'm actually getting ready to do a session, a couple hours actually, a new gentleman down in Houston just started up with me, and we're going to tackle that. I don't know if we're going to tackle that this session or next. I was putting together his lesson plan, but we're going to it's actually next one. But we're going to tackle that and see where are 80% of his results coming from so he can put 80% of his efforts there versus this scatter shot approach, okay? So if you're thinking to yourself, boy, you know what? I feel tired. I feel depleted. I feel exhausted. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm doing everything that everybody tells me, but I'm still not getting the results I want, then I would respectfully submit to you that you probably haven't been training your efforts in the places where you're getting 80% of your results. You're probably doing it like a lot of people do, which is spending 80% of your time in areas that gets you 20% of your results. The email, the social media, the reactive stuff, the small stuff. There's a really good book out, Old School, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. I cannot emphasize that enough in business. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that's something that you can see yourself doing. As always, feel free to like, share, or comment below. And we have our free Facebook group. You can find us at thefasttracksuccessclub.com. That's TheFastTrack successclub.com. But in the meantime, my name is Brian Hilliard, saying so long, take care, and thanks so much for your time.